I am so excited for today's video because we are completely transforming this pantry. Hi there, I'm Alexandra Beuter. I have been posting organization videos for years, but I have never done anything like this because today we are filming in someone else's home for the first time. I'm gonna help this family of four completely transform their pantry, and I'm gonna take you guys along for the entire process, the good, the bad, the ugly, the cleaning, the decluttering. We're going shopping for organizers, the organizing, the before, the after. I am so excited for this transformation, so let's get into it. So I'm very excited about what this pantry is looking like for a couple of reasons. First, it's obviously going to be a great before and after, and also I feel like a lot of pantries honestly look exactly like this one. Just very cluttered, a lot of items, things that need to be sorted and gone through, donated, possibly put somewhere else, and just really streamlined. So I'm very excited to get started, but first, we're doing some shopping. So I'm actually in the Walmart parking lot right now, and I wanted to start at Walmart because you guys know I love the Home Edit collection. I really wanted to get them some airtight containers from that collection. I honestly think they're the best. They're the most affordable, and they're the most simplistic. They don't have a ton of pieces, so they're easy to maintain. And I'm gonna get those for flour, sugar, the baking items. I want to look at their baskets. I'm honestly gonna go to a lot of stores. I'm hoping I can go to Five Below for baskets. They're very affordable, and I've never been to a Five Below. Dollar Tree, Dollar General, possibly at home, Target maybe. I'm gonna run all over the place, but I'm really hoping I can find some blue and white baskets because this family, they also have a lot of blue and white in their home like I do. So I'm crossing my fingers I can find those too. So the most fun part about helping someone organize their space is definitely shopping for them and getting them all of my favorite products. You know how much I love that Home Edit collection, so I'll be sure to link everything I use in the description box. I also wanted to do some price comparisons. So these are a great deal for around $6, but I felt like I needed something a little bit bigger. So we're gonna keep those in our back pocket, and I'll swoop back if I don't find something better. And I drove all the way to Five Below just for these baskets. I saw them online and had to get them for this family. They're gonna add a really nice pop of color to this pantry. And then the dollar store. These are only $1.25 each. Look at that, only $10 there. The last stop was Target. So this is where I ended up getting those white baskets I wanted. These are a little bit more, but they are so much bigger and just a lot more practical for this space. So we're starting to pack up the car to head over to this project, starting with a cleaning caddy. I've got some microfiber towels, a screwdriver. I might be installing a hanger for their broom and dustpan on the wall, so I wanted to make sure to bring that. Some Lysol spray so I can wipe down all of the shelves before we start organizing. Don't know if I will need rubber gloves, but I have an extra pocket in my caddy, so figured I'd bring those too. I've got my purse, a water here, some snacks because we all know this project is gonna take a while. I'm gonna bring some chomps. These are one of my favorite snacks. I've literally been buying these for years. I'm gonna bring a smoky barbecue and an original. Also gonna bring a phone tripod so I can shoot some extra content. Now, did we go over budget a little bit? Possibly. Will it be worth it? Absolutely. I wanted to make sure if I was going to do this project, I was going to do it right. Make sure I set them up with quality organizers that are going to last a long time, and also a fun pop of blue just to keep it inspiring too. So here's a quick overview of everything I chose for this family. Of course, I'll share it all one by one. I wanted to make sure everything was super practical and versatile and easy to clean. So these are my favorite for the floor of your pantry because it's just plastic. You can wipe them down super easy. Everything else is plastic and acrylic for the same reason. Aside from these are the only fabric that I have, and I'll make sure it's not items that are messy, but it's just nice to have some contrast in your pantry too. And the moment you've all been waiting for. Here is our true before of this pantry, our starting point, and what we are working with today. And like I said before, I feel like this is a very common looking pantry. Just a lot of items, a lot of clutter. We're going to be doing a lot of consolidating today. Obviously, a lot of organizing. And I cannot wait to start eliminating items from the shelves so we can wipe them down and make it look perfect. So let's start getting everything out of here now. So when I'm emptying this pantry, I am going to group like items. I'm setting everything on the dining table, or at least as much as I can, with all of the chips, all of the crackers, all of the pasta. Look, I found money. I found $4 in the pantry. So that way when I put things back in, I know how many items I'm working with. And I also showed you guys some items I was already putting into one of those white baskets because I knew one of those bins on the bottom was going to be household items. So it'll end up saving me some time in the long run. So let's get into some cleaning and some arranging. Now, I decided to first start with these first 3 or 4 shelves because I was taking up a lot of real estate just pulling everything out. So I wanted to get started with some of that organizing. That way I'm not taking up a ton of space throughout their home. And I am going to wipe down these shelves, scrub them, make sure they're nice and clean, and then we can begin organizing items into categories. And before I decide where any items are going to go, I first asked how much they used all of the items in their pantries. So we're going to have a lot of cereals and snacks because there's little kids, so they want those on the bottom. And then they're great party hosts, so there's a bunch of different items up here for drinks, but those are going to go at the top because they're not used on a daily basis. And then over here is all of the items I have pulled out and started arranging into groups, and I'm continuing to sort items in like categories. So we're taking a little car break. It is beautiful and sunny. I am so happy with how this project is going, I have to say. Cannot wait for the official after, but I just needed a little snack break and I wanted to check my emails. I brought my chopsticks. They're sponsoring this video and I have been buying these for years, I have to say. I literally eat these almost every single day. They have a new flavor. It's called Smoky Barbecue, but I also have the original and mild. Forrest really likes them too. And these are exactly how I've been trying to eat. There's 10 grams of protein in one stick and 0 grams of sugar. And you guys, especially on Instagram, have heard me say I'm trying to eat higher protein and lower sugar to meet my goals. So like they fit perfectly into how I've been trying to eat. But I'm gonna eat the smoky barbecue today. These are great for on the go. They're great for travel. And also, this is a great source of high quality protein, so their animals are never treated with antibiotics or hormones. These are Whole30 approved, certified gluten-free, allergy-friendly. I love that I can actually pronounce the ingredients in these, and they're seriously such a great high quality snack, sponsored or not. I've been eating these for years, buying these for years, and I absolutely love them, so definitely check them out. I'm gonna link them down below. If you have never had chomps, you are seriously missing out. All right, y'all, we have made it to the bottom of the pantry. I was just sweeping up some crumbs there. There was a close-up of all of the ingredients and items and whatnot still on the table. So I'm going to start adding these back in. And right now I am purely adding these in just to determine where they are going to go. So I've not pulled out any of my organizers yet. I just want to have a layout set. That way I know I have enough room for all of their items, that the items are where they would like them to be and where it makes the most sense for their everyday life. And then we will put them in organizers and it will really pop. But already, can you even believe how much we've transformed in only a few minutes? It was a long day, but it was very, very worth it. So some practical tips for you while we are finishing up this layout. The cooler in here does take up a significant amount of space, so I stored some beach items in it since you typically are going to use the cooler when you go to the beach anyway, so that is going to help us save a lot of space. And then I also mentioned those airtight containers in the beginning. Now they did have a couple with flowers and sugars and whatnot, so I left those alone how they were, but I realized I really didn't even need them in this pantry, and I wanted to talk about that because everyone's needs are going to be different. Your pantry should not look like somebody else's because you don't eat the same foods, you don't eat them as often, and everyone's a little bit different. So they have a few cereals, about 4 boxes, but they go through them really quickly. So I honestly just think it's a waste of time to put those in airtight containers. And the baking supplies all fit into one container. We really didn't even need the airtight containers for that either. So that's why I just say everybody's different. And you know, some people have a lot of those, but I honestly feel like the vast majority of us really need these bins and baskets where we can combine several different like items in the same space. I think that is a lot more practical for a busy family. So that is what I ended up doing here. And here's some of that excess that I was talking about. You guys know I love to get rid of the traditional packaging because it's just a lot more bulky than an organizer in the first place. And that's the whole point of these organizers and bins. They definitely should help you to consolidate space, or, you know, it's purely aesthetic. And we want function even more than aesthetic when we are doing these projects. And I did a little bit of rearranging on sauces and pastas and whatnot just to try and make the setup as practical as possible. I also started putting a lot of items on this Lazy Susan. I absolutely love Lazy Susans for condiments. I think it makes it super easy. It's seriously looking like a little store in here. I love it so much. I did find they had this cake stand, so I started putting items on there. I also love a little bit of elevation. It just helps you to see things so much easier. And then they already had that wire basket. I believe it's an IKEA basket with a wooden handle, so I put the remaining condiments in there. Now, having items in a basket also just helps to protect your shelf. So, you know, sometimes sauces get messy and there might be sauce on the bottom and you didn't realize it, and then it either stains or warps your cabinet. So that's another reason I love to put items in an organizer too. And we have our organizers, we have our layout. So let's add our labels. I bought these on Amazon. I will link them down below along with everything else. And I like to use an acrylic marker with these. Now, I like this style because obviously it can be washed off, so you can reuse these in a bunch of different spaces, or as the items in your basket changes, then you can just erase it and write something new. And those acrylic markers are really great. I would have written it thicker if I had a little more time, but I was getting short on time at this point. So look at this before, you guys. This is the before of the pantry and then the after. Oh my gosh, it is night and day. It is a realistic setup for this family where they can easily find items and it's easy to maintain. So continuing our overview here, that bottom corner was the miscellaneous. That is a drop and go station. I love that for a busy family. When you need to just throw something in the pantry, you can put it in that big bin and deal with it later, and your pantry will still stay neat and organized. And then here's the cleaning items, just a little run through for you of what all of these look like. Plastic, so the bags and whatnot are going to go in this one, but all in all, I want to keep saying practical because I really feel like we achieved that here and I'm just so proud of it, and I hope you guys love it. Let me know in the comments what you think about this project. And that is the finished project. Let me know what you guys thought about this video in the comments down below. If you are in the Orlando area and you would like to be considered for my next viewer video, I have a question box on my Instagram highlights. It will say viewer videos, and then you can just enter there, and I'm slowly but surely going through the entries. I can't wait for the next one. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Recent videos are down below. Also, all the organizers I can link will be in that description box. And I will see you right here in a few days in a brand new video. Bye!